tin wallets have taken over my Pinterest page. If you haven't seen them, they're these very cute tins full of trinkets and useful items. I'm going to teach you how to make one really easily. You can buy plain ones online, but if you're starting with Altoids, just dump them out and give the inside of that tin a nice rinse and dry. The most important thing in this whole process is going to be Mod Podge. I'm making these for friends, so I like to have photos of them and things that they like to be able to put inside of them. You can just use an app. I used Pic Collage and then had them printed at Walgreens. Because I've made some of these before, I already have this little cutout that is the perfect size, but basically I just took a piece of wrapping paper and I kind of shoved it in there and found the dimensions and cut it to size so I could use it as a template. You can use any kind of paper you want for the background. I am using a torn out book page from a thrifted book that has been sprayed with a paint to kind of distress it and make it look a little bit like it has ink splatters all over it. I'm just trimming around it, and then if it doesn't quite fit in, you can trim off extra pieces, but I'm just checking to make sure it fits. And because I know it's going to work, I'm going to take it out, and then I'm just going to go in with one coat of Mod Podge onto the tin. Once you have that layer applied, then you can just take that piece of paper and press it on top of the Mod Podge. I use my fingers to smooth it out just to make sure there's no bubbles. And then I'm going to go over it with Mod Podge just to seal it all in. Then I'm going to set that aside to dry. Next step is cutting out the photos I'm going to use. You can use stickers, photos, anything you want really, as long as it's thin enough that you can Mod Podge it down. Another craft item that I have that I've just been loving lately is this wax seal stamp. It's in the shape of a frame, and basically I just use hot glue and I do a thin layer, press it down really firm and make sure that it's going to be extra flat. Then I'm just going to leave that wax seal to dry. Once it's dry, then you can just peel it right off of that base. Unlike wax, hot glue isn't likely to melt in your purse or wherever you're keeping this, and it's just more of a firm yet malleable substance that I find is easier to cut. So there's a couple ways you can do this. You can cut with your scissors like I'm showing here, or when it's still warm, you can just kind of pull off that outside. It's going to leave a little bit that you're still going to need to trim off anyway. And to trim out the middle, because we want a photo to show through, you can use scissors. It's going to be a little bit tricky, but it is doable. I've done it before. If you have access to an X-Acto knife, that is going to be a lot easier. And basically, you're just going to cut away all of that excess so that you are left with a little frame. Now that we have our frame, we can do a base coat of black. I'm just using acrylic paint and kind of just stippling it on just to make sure it's getting into all of those deeper crevices, because I'm trying to give it more of an aged look, so I want the darker paint to show up into the cracks more. Then with a gold paint, I'm going to dry brush, basically just lightly go over the top of it to give it a gold shine and still leave some of those darker details showing through. Now that we have our very mini fine art frame, we can finally attach it to a photo. So you're just going to use hot glue to go around it. You don't want to do too much because you don't want it to spill out, and then just line it up where you think it looks nice and take your scissors, just trim that back part off, and then you are left with a tiny little frame that looks like it's out of a museum, but it's pocket-sized. It's so cute. I'm going in again with some Mod Podge on my tin and adding the other photos I have for this project. I like to have some on the bottom too. Some of these I've made with none on the bottom. It's kind of just whatever you like. And then I got these little mirrors off of Amazon. They have a clear film on the front and a sticky back. The sticky back does not do well enough, so we're going to use Gorilla Glue for both that and the little frame. I'm just propping up the lid of the tin so it is even and it's not going to slide around. It's important to make sure you're not putting these items too close to the edge, because it will not close if it's overlapping that lip of the tin. So just keep in mind you want it to be sort of away from the edges so it doesn't get stuck. I'm just going to add one more little photo here and let it dry. Now that it's all dry, I can finally peel off that little mirror film that is covering it, and it is complete. It's shiny, it's adorable and teeny. I love it. Because I like to give these as gifts to friends, I do like to put some stuff in there. So I have these tiny clothespins. I'm going to add some pimple patches, an extra photo I didn't use, and a little medieval sticker. And then some of my favorite things I've put in here, I found these little pill things on Amazon. I will link them in the description, but they're actually teeny tiny lipsticks. So that is a really fun detail. I have one in mine and I'm just kind of obsessed with it because I like tiny things. But yeah, here is a look inside some of the other ones that I've completed. As you can see, I kind of try to cater it to everyone's aesthetic or something that I think, you know, reminds me of the person, because I think that is a fun way to give it a little bit more personality and just make it feel like a cozy little space that you can pull out of your purse when you need it. This is mine that I made for myself. I did use one of those blank ones, which means I can decorate the outside, which is great too. And as you can see, I've got stuff in here. I have perfume, band-aids, mints, my little lipstick thing, pimple patches, whatever you need. It's honestly the perfect way to keep a bunch of stuff in a small bag, and I'm obsessed. And then here are some I've made in the past for other friends. I hope you've enjoyed watching how I make these. They're honestly really easy and they can come together really well. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.